Hello, we'll give everybody a few minutes to get on. I haven't headed inside yet because, of course, we've got 4 minutes before they call the meeting, but I wanted to give you a chance to see the puddle again. Of course, of doom goes all the way in the back, so there is a drain in there. We have seen it before during the daylight, but again, please be careful if you're going to drive through it, walk through it, play in it. I thought about it.
Keep your hand away, see if I can. Okay.
I don't want to be all wet and cold.
Okay.
So it looks like we have a decent turnout. There's definitely enough here for a quorum. A couple candidate members here, of course. As you guys know, November 7th is the date for the election. Please make sure that you show up to vote. There's Anthony Urbano going in right there. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, let's see if we get our seat.
$2,754.76.
I believe that's on the agenda.
So we're not gonna pay the Fish and Game Commission.
Well, at last month's, well, we had a council meeting.
And they're charging us now extra.
Do you want to stay here? I can go ahead and move.
I'll sit by Donna if you guys
Okay.
don't mind.
No?
It's not going on, can't, huh? I mean, the cab's been going on all day.
I was mowing after dark on Saturday. What am I doing last year?
Was it Brian?
No.
Was it Brian?
There's a guy going today over, see the water shoot out. Is that right? That guy mowing?
Yeah.
How about now? We got, turn my phone off. This is, you sent that earlier? I sent it out. Let's see. Pledge allegiance to the flag?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, call meeting, special meeting October 16th, the order at 6 p.m. 7 p.m., excuse me. Roll call vote, president here, vice president.
Present.
Michelle Courtright.
Here.
Cleo Russell.
Here.
Hank Gontars.
Here.
Cindy Burrows.
Here.
Mansell Odell. Absent. Okay. Chris. Absent. Mayor. Okay. Public comment on the agenda items only?
Was the agenda posted prior to the meeting?
Yes.
Right back door,
Thank you.
handwritten.
There's a copy right there coming in the door. There's one on the back door.
There's a single copy.
Well, there's more there earlier.
For 17
New
votes.
business is water and sewer, purchase of 40 kW generator, water service to Sky King, water service to General Family Dollar, and zoning to Family Dollar, and old business consent, assessment of civil penalty, and that's what's on the agenda this evening. No comments, we'll move on to, Jimmy Joe isn't here, so.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay, Jim, okay. We're going to go into executive session for assortment of borough issues that need to be discussed at 7:04.
You have to say specifically, it's either personnel, legal, or land sales.
Excuse me?
You have to say specifically, personnel, legal, or land sales. You can't just say business.
Well, it'll be legal issues then. So if we'd excuse you all from the room until executive session's over, please.
Unfortunately, on your agenda is no executive session listed.
Doesn't need to be.
It does. per
No, it
Section
doesn't.
We just
1 Act
called
45.
executive session and the public comment is over, so please.
That's not a public comment. It's not on your executive session, it's not on your agenda at all. You should have wrote it into your agenda if you intended on going into executive session when we got
Anyway, so please leave and then we'll get this over with and then we'll finish up with the rest of the meeting.
It's not on your agenda, sir.
We get a few squatters, okay?
Easy with that,
Excuse me?
Would you like to amend your agenda to add an executive session?
Someone wants to make a motion to add that to the agenda. Barbara Waters wants this.
I make a motion to add an executive session to the agenda.
Okay.
Pertaining to what?
Legal issues.
Okay. Roll call vote, President, yes. Vice President,
Yes.
Michelle.
Yes.
Cleo,
Yes.
Hank,
Yes.
Cindy,
No.
Who's Brenda?
Michelle absent. Okay.
Mansell.
What are you talking about?
Michelle's here.
Mansell.
Mansell, that.
Yes. No,
You said
Mansell
You
absent.
said Michelle.
Yeah, excuse me. Okay. So as of now, we're calling executive session as to please everybody.
For legal issues.
That's what I said.
Take your recording stuff with you.
Do you have any special guests for your executive session this time, Mr. Johnson?
Yes, Jimmy Joe Carl, stay please.
Jimmy Joe Carl is not state police.
Stay, please.
Goodness, relax.
It's fine, I'm not upset. You guys are upset. Well, you wrote your agenda. You wrote your agenda. Do you guys mind if I film us out here, or shall I go outside?
Do we have to?
Well,
Yeah,
out
don't
here
leave
is as technically far as we have to go.
We left the room, that's all.
Okay. All right. Where should I be?
Right there in the middle.
Well,
Well, somebody's in the bathroom.
I don't want to get hit by the door. Do you guys mind if I film you out here?
No,
All right.
we're all just gonna stand here.
And we're not outside. So, just so you know, from that window over here, anybody is on my film. So if you don't want to be on film, go that way. Trying to
You
help
don't
you
wanna
out.
stand there, there's somebody in there.
Well, it opens the other way.
It
They
opens
just
the other
have to
way,
get
it'll be
past
fine.
us. Yeah.
He's a big boy, he won't get run over.
Yeah.
I did post the agenda. I did post the agenda, so everybody's got it.
Well, it's good you did that.
Do you guys want to hear the comments? Is this an announcement for the new clothing line I heard about called Liar by Gordy Chilson? I'll read you the comments if you want, I guess. If you don't want to be on film, you gotta go to the other side of the window. It's okay.
You don't care if he's on film or anything.
I'm trying to be accommodating.
You might get a little bit of cooties.
For those of us that have ears and wanna hear.
Hey, friends, it's Chris here. Never hold your thoughts, because it'll come up your spine, into your brain, and that's where shitty ideas come from.
in a very small space, but everyone avoids that? Does this happen every month?
Oh, I don't know. I just saw it and thought it was adorable.
That is cute.
I thought I'd share.
Kids say the darndest things,
Oh,
don't they?
oh, crud, Angie, I'm so sorry.
You're good.
I apologize.
Did you hear the language last time? YouTube is definitely marked for mature audiences.
Yeah.
Facebook won't let me do it. I did try. So we have legal issues for the executive session.
Only because we insisted.
Here's another copy of it.
I got it though, thank you. Donna might want one.
Cause that was on the door.
That is the one that was on the door.
Oh, I was asking.
Want someone to take it down?
Oh.
Bring it in here?
Well, there's only 3 copies for 17 subject.
Yeah, I think he does that on purpose.
Keeps us confused. Wondering what's going on.
That's what makes it so hostile towards him, because we don't know what the heck's going on.
He got upset last time because they weren't going in order.
Well, we knew that, we knew that they were gonna provide water service, not sewer service, just water service. Because they can, they're going to be allowed to have a tank that their sewer can go into and then they'll pump it.
Okay, so just
I
one.
thought they were allowed to do anything unless it was on the agenda, at least that's what you were
But
saying.
this shouldn't be an issue at
So
all,
they can
water and sewer
discuss,
service to the
they can
family,
have discussions in a
family
executive
general
session,
store.
but they cannot have any
Oh, that's
votes. They can't actually conduct business.
When did it
So they
become
can
family
talk about
general?
things like
It's
personnel.
just a general store.
That's
Legal issues,
that's
things
board
like that
meetings.
are sensitive,
That's
so like
board
if it's
meetings.
their private information, that's being divulged.
Yeah, Manson's trying
In
to
open
shell, so.
investigation per se. I don't know.
You
Said
are-
you didn't
We
want
have
to
to
go
find
into
a shop,
executive
so.
decision, you heard? She's like, no.
Well, we can speculate.
they're doing
We
roll
do
call.
know that the
Executive amendment to add an executive meeting in. And he said Michelle, and it was Cleo, and,
Oh, right.
and then he said Michelle.
So there's no computer physical. And that is currently active.
I can say something
Well, that's interesting because he marked even before the meeting that Hansel was gonna be absent.
Correct.
Still. He might be out of town, but he could be remote.
He doesn't get that kind of treatment.
Of course not.
So Elkland actually purchased tablets for each of their council members in order to kind of cut down on paper costs, believe it or not. So they purchased tablets to make sure that their council members have access to information and the paperwork, like the packets that they get here, which would also allow them to show up remotely, you would think, as well. But they have some problems too. You guys have to keep in mind that this isn't the only place in
Well, no,
Denver County.
it's not the only place in the whole country. The whole country has got a lot of issues with the water and the sewer.
And these guys have no computer at all.
They say they have it. in
One
there.
old one, right?
So.
Yeah, a little communication with them.
I feel like they were upset that everyone showed up, so thank you guys all for coming.
Is this gonna be the generator that Chilson sold?
That's a good question.
Because I understand that's a diesel generator.
I can't answer that.
Hey, Kat, can you tell us who the gentleman is that's been invited to stay for the executive session?
That's
That is the engineer
Okay, for the water sewer, right.
for the whole,
They're going to make
The whole
him,
thing.
they're going to make him the,
So I've been coming for,
they're gonna make him a what,
has he ever
supervisor?
been to a meeting
they're
before?
gonna make him.
he ain't gonna answer yet.
Well, you guys don't know.
He's never been to a meeting.
Not that I've been.
What? What do you wanna know?
What, the zoning
If
officer?
Jimmy Joe Carl's ever come to a meeting.
He's gonna-
Because he hasn't in the year and change that I've been there.
He's gonna be the zoning officer.
Zoning officer.
Yes.
Oh, is he gonna address the unregistered vehicles floating around?
curious question.
Speaking of that, anybody know a notary other than Chris's around here?
There's a notary down in Tioga, in the old building that used to be the State Farm.
Oh, come on, Kat.
I'm that good.
I think so. You just pulled that right out of your pocket.
She just knew she was gonna ask that.
I know.
You have a pen?
She always carries pens, she's a school teacher.
I'm talking the one that's out by Cobwebs.
You're talking about Chris Hunter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one down, if you turn by the doctor's office down there, what's that street that you used to live on?
East Lawrenceville.
Yeah.
East Lawrenceville?
Oh,
There's one,
Katrina's?
Katrina.
Yep, Katrina.
It's hit and miss if she's around.
I believe she's attached to McLill Enterprises, which was the gentleman who delivered the mulch to Cherry Street Playground.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yes, ma'am.
Cause my mom's Outback sits beside my house without a license on it right now, but I got insurance on it today and couldn't find a notary that was open.
I just got, the notary in Tioga is no longer there.
Really?
Yeah, I
wonder
called her.
if,
She's not due up.
We could either, I could meet with him sometime. this
Jill
week
Hall
if
still has
can.
a notary.
I can work them.
Jill's usually
I'm
around.
gone for 2 weeks.
The one in Tioga is doing notary stuff, but she's not doing DOT stuff.
From what she just said, she's not even there.
Oh,
There was one at 49 in Nelson.
yeah, Pat Burmer's son.
Yes.
But he's taking the sign out of
The sign's gone now.
The sign's gone and there's no phone number on line for him
And
anymore.
then there was a G on the,
Cummins Creek Road.
yeah. And I'm not, I almost wanna think she moved her office, but,
She's not there no more.
okay, she closed her office, I guess.
And Mrs. Southern closed her office.
Due to personal reasons.
So there's Tammy's Notary up in Millerton.
And
North Pennsylvania Notary Services down in Mansfield. Nope, that says it's closed. Well, it's
She's on
only.
vacation this week.
And then there's the UPS store. No, that's okay.
Yeah, but she can't do, they can't do DOT.
I know you're doing
She needs a new license plate.
You're cooler than
Well, that's all I got.
Yeah.
Open the door, it's like, yeah.
And I encourage you to go to Wellsboro because
What?
I think they quoted us like $300 to
Yeah.
get the car registered.
Thank you.
I got, there's a notary in Mansfield by the bank.
Yep, she's on vacation.
She's on vacation.
It's just so hard to do notary work now, cause they have so many hoops you have to jump through.
Just call the, state agencies to have them have home notaries for other things, and they have.
You can always go to the courthouse too, there's always a notary there at the courthouse.
But Alan usually works until 5. They had him wrap up early today to try to get it done.
Just making the 5 names.
Oh, just for you, I thought you were
Cause
gonna
of course he
put
got
the other names
Highlander years
where they were on the map.
No
I'm not gonna do
inspection.
that.
You're not
That's
gonna do-
137. I'm not gonna do that.
Okay, whatever. I thought you were.
No, no.
So his brother's gotta figure out what to do with it.
For all the veterans?
They're saying the rocker panels
Okay.
won't pass
Yeah.
inspection.
I just went to the Lions Club to ask for a donation for wreaths, and I think they're going to donate, and I told them that I'm gonna go sometime, probably before I go, just to mark them, so when the weather is bad.
Right now, they're all marked with flags, so
Okay.
I haven't taken flags down on purpose. So usually by this time, I take the flags.
Turn it down.
On the,
Okay,
so that'll,
I know
that'll
exactly.
sort of take
Sure.
place right there.
sure.
It says five.
I'll put it
The
on
great
do
thing,
not
I
disturb.
have the shop class at the school, along with Rob Jones, they're gonna be building the crosses for the ceremonial wreaths to put up there as well, so I'm gonna.
Okay, I've got a master list, I think I'm gonna designate, where each one of them has section and lot and stuff like that.
Okay,
So we've got a list to work on.
yeah, I'm looking forward to it, that'll be nice, and then we're talking about Elkland Cemetery, they don't do anything for that, so I said, well, next year, we'll do Lawrenceville and Elkland.
One of the guys that is associated with Elkland is, used to be the owner of the, Kenyon Funeral Home. Jack, do you know him?
Oh, I'm not.
Okay, good guy. Usually and things like that, they raise their fees so that we would stay current.
Oh,
Hey
One of these
Jessica,
days, problem with the cemetery is trying to get enough money for, have the grass mowed.
hey Jessica, if you're gonna add Elkins, does Nelson do anything?
I don't know, and it's to be determined on something, I'm not sure if it's,
Right.
it was discussed.
But Nelson would be nice to be added to that if you could. At least look into
Do
it.
you wanna tell everybody about that while we have like a law?
Well,
Your wreaths for America?
if you would like to, you
Well,
can
come
tell
over
me.
here between Anthony and Kat. No.
No.
Well, if you stand on the other side of this, we can hear you, but we can't see you. Just on the other side of Al. That's good stuff.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what he does, he's trying to.
So, Wreaths Across the Ring and teaching people and respecting the veterans that are buried in Power Cemetery. So if you would like to sponsor a wreath, please reach out to me and let me know.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
This is the guy
You know,
running
you're really into that Halloween, aren't you?
Well, they shut off.
Do you need help?
Yeah.
Do you,
Go over here and
okay,
fix
bring it.
Yeah, come over here.
Is this your kid?
Probably. Fix it.
Drop it in the sink.
Drop it in
Okay,
the
for the moment.
Won't that ruin it?
I don't know what else to tell you, but turn the sound down. Fix it. Listen to you.
Come over here and fix it.
By the way, I applaud all of you guys, participants that continue to attend these meetings. It's always great to see community participation.
I should be able to do more meetings, because my hours are a little more varied now.
That's what I'm here for.
Doesn't like
So you don't have to miss it.
Exactly.
You don't have to gossip, you don't have to hear stuff. I know exactly what happened, I don't cut it up.
I've already decided that first Monday of the month, I'm gonna request off,
Yeah.
and we can do that. If we
It's
get
pretty,
it,
that
it's
is
cool.
consistent. Now, when January comes, they can actually vote to move them, which would be interesting. I think keeping it in the evenings is good for people that work during the day. But the first Monday of the month has a lot of time to be holidays, which moves a lot of meetings for people to Tuesdays and then prevents people from being able to come. They can't, we don't account for the holiday when we're taking our time off early.
Right.
Your kid's funny.
Cause they have to do it according to ADA standards.
Why, what's he saying now?
Just talking crap about you.
Fun?
Okay.
I don't know.
The hell did you send me on my phone, you dingbat?
That's correct. Okay.
We won't need council participation for the cemetery, that's actually in the township, right?
What's that?
The cemetery up there by,
Yeah, that's in the township.
that's in the township.
It's just, it's just funny to us.
I'm gonna apologize now, guys. I have to do.
Change is coming.
I hear you, but please don't hold your breath.
Yeah, really.
I almost make a bet with you, but I won't.
People need to get out and vote in November.
I don't even understand why that gentleman would
So is this a personnel executive session?
No.
Said it was legal.
Said it was
legal.
That's a tough job.
So-
There are
so I know
thousands of
bastards and
violations
something.
already. So, you know.
He won't go against
there
Goy.
are the just-
He won't go against Goy.
Huh?
No, he will not, he's down for you.
I asked him to come and more.
That's the first time I've
Luckily,
seen him.
we have a bathroom this time.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
You should videotape this bowl here.
What the water looks like sitting in there?
Well, what the back of the toilet looks like.
Yeah, I might.
Yeah, the toilet's disgusting.
Yeah, I noticed that last time.
I didn't even sit on it when I used it. It was so gross.
Session and special meeting. Guys, I'm pulling up the Title 65 information right now. A special meeting is a meeting scheduled by an agency after the agency's regular schedule of meetings has been established. And of course, executive session. I'll post this underneath the agenda that I posted that's handwritten, just so you can read this too.
My legs have got really lazy. Is it gonna drive all day now? I left the house.
You did? Where'd you go?
I've been working for Clearview. Actually, I'm in Middlebury.
I picked a piece of tailpipe up on your yard today, put it
I
on the
drive,
rocks.
the
So I
road
need
trucks,
him no more.
water trucks and stuff,
You know
from
what
the
it's all
staging
about,
pad
little
up to
pieces you gotta cut.
the pad.
I
Saturday
seen it there in
was,
the yard, I didn't want you to get it.
All right, so what I just posted for you.
Last Saturday,
Talk so you
Sunday.
can hear us. All right, so it's not very long, all right, it's very short reading. But what I posted for you includes what an executive session can include. And I hope that you can hear me. I'm gonna stand over here a little bit. There's not a lot of room in here.
And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday this last week.
Executive session may be held during an open meeting or at the conclusion of an open meeting or may be announced for a future time. The reason for holding the executive session must be announced at the open meeting occurring immediately prior or subsequent to the executive session. If the executive session is not announced for a future specific time, members of the agency shall be notified 24 hours in advance of the time of the convening of the meeting, specifying the date, time, location, and purpose of the executive session. Official action on discussions held pursuant to subsection A shall be taken at an open meeting. Nothing in the section or section 707 relating to exceptions shall be construed to require that any meeting be closed to the public, nor shall any executive session be used to subterfuge the defeat of the purposes of section 704 related to public meetings. So, they cannot, it states right here, again, I know that the solicitor here seems to think that this is just a suggestion and that it's not a law, but you guys can look at this yourself. And they cannot use an executive session to subterfuge or to keep things from the public. So the truth of the matter is the vagueness, the lack of the agenda noting the executive session leads all of us, and I would think the whole group here would agree, that this is suspicious about what the content of the executive session pertains to and that they are, in fact, trying to hide information from the public.
Probably.
Yeah. Everyone just nodded their heads. So.
Nope. You're older, so.
I clue.
Not by much.
Please don't fart,
I'm
Daddy.
50. I'll be 52 in December. Like I said,
Not that much. I gotta pick on
I
you.
think I'm the youngest one here.
I gotta pick on you.
Maybe not.
I'm 24.
I think the attorney went.
I would be confident that
He's younger than you.
Miss Cindy was definitely not notified of an executive session aside of it not being on the agenda. I mean, so there's that.
And actually,
If you guys didn't get a chance, please check out
Is he in there?
the handwritten agenda. It's really hard to get this in place so I know that you can see it. There we go. This is what it looks like today. Pledge of Allegiance, public comments, building enforcement, zoning, Jimmy Joe Caro, which may be a personnel matter, I guess. Is he gonna take that on? We'll find out when we get in there.
Don't call it legal, huh? Use your body up.
Yeah, that's a personnel. Yeah, that's personnel, that's not legal.
Cause then he already has a job.
Unfortunately, because of the population of Lawrenceville, it's okay. Yeah, for Pennsylvania. Nepotism is not illegal based on population size, but yeah.
I find it funny when since they begin on town all of a sudden.
Water service to Sky King store is on here, which I find very interesting. That's item number 2. 3, water and sewer service to Family General Store zoning to Family General Store. Consent assessment of civil penalty and public comment.
Just my opinion. He's been trying to stop it right along.
Someone should suggest that they put a vending machine out there so we can snap it.
Yeah, they could make a lot of money. Oh, we said we were gonna bring popcorn and do things all the time for
I'd go for a cup of tea.
Oh, I wonder if there's anything in the fridge.
I don't know if I would open the fridge.
There could be hiding a dead body in there for all we know.
Oh goodness.
The only thing I can think of, why with 2 months left, we should get somebody. A month and a half. Why would you get somebody?
I think we should sing a song.
And George
I think we should sing.
We should sing.
Yes.
I don't know any song.
I know.
If they're talking about Family Dollar, they're barking up the wrong tree, cause Chico's already signed that, and Chico is the authority to do that.
That is item number 3 on the agenda.
The Family Dollar. Chico already signed that.
I know. This looks like a different
But he
store
doesn't-
though,
he
cause
doesn't
it
want them to
says
have a lot
Family
of
General.
sugar.
Family General, I think a different store coming in.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, there's no store coming in, Family General.
Okay.
You're supposed to sing the Family
It says
General.
it twice, so it must be true.
Must be true.
Reading that store.
Is that
Good.
good? It's on Facebook.
Now, Sky King store, I was under the impression they were having a tank brought in for water storage because of what little amount that they're going
What
to
they
use,
told,
right?
what they told me was, they were hooking up to the water, and they didn't even hook up to potable water, they hooked up to the fire system.
Which is
Okay.
completely wrong.
Well, I was just,
He's just a messenger, don't shoot him.
I'm not shooting, I'm just saying.
Correct me if I'm wrong. That is on the very line of the borough and the township, right?
that building is in the township.
Is in the township.
It is.
Okay. But according to the agenda, Lawrenceville Borough is going to be providing them water.
Well, Lawrenceville Borough is providing
Yeah.
that.
How many people are on our EDU list?
That's not an EDU.
Doesn't require any.
Does not
EDU,
require
that's gonna relate with the sewer. The only thing that they're taking is the water. And the water, any sewer that they create, they have, because they're in the township, they can put in a tank, and then they have to pay to have that drained every so often.
And that's what they said to me today, that I stopped and asked them about it, they said that they had a tank for the restroom.
Interesting.
They can break into your vehicle, they can start it up without.
And I look forward to Hank giving us kind of a synopsis on the generator and whether or not this is being purchased and if it's going to get rid of the violation.
Don't hold your breath.
I'm hoping Hank has been the one kind of
Don't hold your
spearheading
breath.
it. So he was very nice and shared information with us last time what he had. Hank did share
Don't
what
hold
he
your
had.
breath.
So.
I don't agree with you very often, but I agree with you on that one. Definitely agree with you on that.
She looks like she's ready to scratch someone's eyes out.
Ooh.
Cause of her nails are buttoned up. How do you work with those things?
You ever see just.
I actually can't work without them.
Baseball.
Is it Jackson?
Jackson, he's gonna.
Gotten
be
used to wearing them,
in
or happy,
in,
well, wearing them
but
for my real nails, but
he can control.
They're your real nails?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're not fake?
He's great. He's gonna.
That's why they're all different sizes.
I know.
Yep.
I can't even.
Yeah.
Look at mine, look, I can't even keep it covered.
I bite mine.
Mine too.
I have a personal record going with this one. Because I had one that was just about this long. And barely enough, I
It's a
cut it just to
challenge.
see if I could get a
I
little
think
that
when I was
long.
like 8 years old, my mom said, if you can grow your nails out so I can see them from the other side, she says, I'll give you $20. And to this day, I have my nails have never moved until I can see them.
Yeah, she's done
$20
amazing.
is a lot of money.
It
It
was.
was. And I went back then, oh, I can do this.
And they were all about this long.
Grandfather's,
Way back when we first bought the house, I had, wild morning glory growing in my flower bed. So I dug literally to the fingers of with just my hands. I didn't need a shovel because it was loose enough, but I just.
she always has been kind of.
She's using her hands like a dog.
For the most part, yeah.
She wants to get a bite.
I don't think anybody is.
I think the door's just shut.
Yeah, no, I think you're safe if you need it. You're good.
I'm waiting for it 'cause I was almost.
Yeah,
This is almost always a bring your own chair event. And I will say that we've certainly been left outside in the rain and cold. You guys remember the smoke when Canada had the fires? We were outside for 2.5 hours that day. I know I felt pretty bad afterwards when it was all recommended that we stay inside, especially any people that were vulnerable.
Oh, by the way, he referred to you as Barbara Walters tonight. Did you know that? Did you hear that?
Is that what he called me? That's what I asked who. I thought he said Brenda.
He referred to you as Barbara Walters.
I'm so honored. That's awesome. You know what? I'm cool with
He
that.
didn't mean it.
Oh. Now my feelings are hurt.
it's okay.
Feel like her.
I'm cool with that.
Doesn't matter what he calls her, he don't like her.
Nah.
I don't think Gordy even
Does
likes
it really
himself.
bother you, Angie?
No, I don't take it
I
personal.
think so.
No.
I thought it was pretty funny that he referred to you as Barbara Walters.
Well, and then I asked him who Brenda was because I heard Brenda.
No, he said Barbara.
It could have been worse.
And what did he call Michelle?
It's just a tag.
Oh, no, he said Michelle was absent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
instead of
you just-
Mansell.
You just.
He
said
meant to,
that.
yeah, but he meant to say Mansell.
I know, but. He picks on us when, you know, we say something wrong or everything that they're trying to say something and then he flex it. He picks on us.
Honestly, I don't think Gordy even likes himself sometimes.
Yes, but
I
it's
wonder.
just, he cannot help the
Like,
fact,
how does he
in my
come in here
opinion,
and be like, you're a
that
nice person,
he
Gordy?
still has not outgrown the bullying phase of life.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, you mean grown up?
No, he hasn't, he hasn't actually outgrown the issue.
Yeah.
He's perfectly content to be.
Is he the oldest, the youngest, the middle, the what?
He's the oldest one. Is he the oldest one?
Yeah.
How many brothers and, he's got 2 brothers,
He's
no
got 2.
sisters or anything, right?
No.
Like I work for the federal government.
No. I think his youngest brother right now lives in Florida.
But when they start asking questions.
The youngest brother, Scott, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and he's in Florida.
No, he's down here running the car lot down there. That's who runs the car lot down here.
Well, he was in Florida.
What car lot down here?
Chilson Motors and Painted Post.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about, yeah, that's not down here, that's up there.
Oh,
Over
yeah,
there.
you're right.
That is definitely
I stand
north.
corrected. That is
She's
up there.
It's not in Pennsylvania, down
You're
there
right,
to me
that is
means
up there.
the little bit, the place down there.
Can't argue this with you.
Oh, yeah, you can.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue with her anyway.
You can argue with
But we
school
figured
teacher,
out
he
what I
just
meant.
won't win.
It's all good.
It was,
I have
it
no
was
desire
funny.
to panic otherwise.
It was funny when, Chilson said last year that he was smarter than a school teacher. And the cat just ignored it.
Well, in the last meeting, I couldn't
Well-
possibly understand.
In deference to what he said, I couldn't argue with him because it all depends on what you want to say you're smarter at. If you're smarter at being devious and deceptive, then I agree with him.
There you go.
I can't argue with him, not on that issue.
Remember, he doesn't know where that mulch that he spread came from.
Oh, right.
That was his statement this month. He doesn't know where that mulch came
Wait,
from.
I
It
just
came
thought
from
of
his
something.
buddies.
Maybe that mulch came from a like a mobile home, like a trailer park. I don't mean like that you live in, but I'm talking about like those seasonal ones where you bring your RVs, and these are people's composting toilets.
Ew.
And so there you go.
So in
He
5
got it-
years,
he
we'll
got
have a garden.
Well, you could.
Yeah, in 5 years, we could have a
He could
community
have just,
garden over there.
he could have just, they could have just gone to the, because you do use a lot of sawdust and stuff.
That's true.
So it's possible.
Maybe he intended to put a garden over there at the park.
Who knows?
Yeah,
You ain't
right.
never gonna know.
The day Gordy puts a garden in here will be the day that pigs fly.
There was some ladies that came one month and actually discussed doing those kinds of community things, like a community garden.
Yeah, I don't
But
know.
I seem to
remember that?
recall that was like poo-pooed on.
Well,
You know,
yeah.
like, no, we don't need to do that.
All of them are good suggestions.
Am I right? Because
Having
before you can.
community work together though.
Right.
You can't do that.
I agree. I think a community garden would be a great idea. A lot of folks, you guys around here are great at growing stuff.
Hey, listen, I can grow some amazing weeds.
I just wondered how you may,
Weeds, plural.
Well,
Okay, just so everyone knows.
the
heard that
soil
too.
helps a
Yeah,
lot.
weeds. I mean, tall weeds. Scary weeds.
Scary.
I'm joking.
Hey, you can make
Hey,
Halloween
Mike,
decorations out of them ones.
Oh, no. We had, what is it called? It's called, I think it's called wild mustard.
Oh,
Yeah.
That
yeah,
is
see.
the meanest
Yeah,
plant I have ever encountered in my entire life.
yeah, Mom's got a lot of that.
Yeah, well, I
Hard
didn't
to
realize,
eradicate, like horseradish, right?
Yeah.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
but it's, I didn't realize that when you're trying to get rid of that, you better make sure you have gloves on. Holy moly, did I
Yeah,
get
well.
That's the stuff, it gives you rosacea. We used to use it for blush. Yes.
Yeah,
We
Oh, it was
used to
awful.
use it for blush back in the
And
day. Yeah.
it puts like invisible slivers under your skin.
Invisible.
I'm dead serious, I'm not joking.
I can confirm that she was having a hard time with that. 'Cause I was over there. 7:40.
Really?
Wasn't there a time limit for executive meetings?
Yeah.
Not really in the broadest sense of the word.
I did just look.
It can go on as long as they want it to, as long as they want to sit there again.
It kinda makes me wonder, you're talking legal issues. Well, if it's going this long, how many legal issues do they have?
Well, Gordy has a lot of legal issues.
Well, he has a lot of issues.
Is
I
that-
don't know if
wait.
they're legal.
Now, keep in mind that you're on video, so is that in your opinion?
Well, that don't bother, yeah, that's
Is that
my
in your
opinion. I
opinion?
don't care.
It's in your opinion?
It's my opinion.
There you go.
He's a problem.
So I did find this. It's section
Want me to make it
708.
legal on that?
Hold on, 708 and section 4. So to consult with its attorney or other professional advisor regarding information or strategy in connection with litigation or with issues on which identifiable complaints are expected to be filed.
So
Now,
would this mean that they've theoretically got the lawyer on the phone, or like on a phone?
Potentially, but Jimmy Joe Carl, as the engineer, we know that this is an active litigation in the county between DEP and now EPA v. Lawrenceville Borough, right? So it could be about that. We're speculating though, guys. Keep in mind that we're speculating. But based on Title 65, they can hold an executive session, let's say with Jimmy Joe Carl, to discuss strategies on how to handle those litigation, the active lawsuits, which should have happened last year. But as far as I've been coming, this is the first time that we've had any representative from the water and sewer facility show up at a meeting.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you on that one. That should have happened a long time ago.
When I went to Elkland, their engineer came to the meeting to answer questions for the public. He came and answered their questions. He wasn't there for an executive session or anything like that. He was there as transparency. Because they had to shut their water down. They had electric box like explode in their plant, right? So it caused the plant to go down. In fairness, like they didn't have a choice. In Elkland, their engineer willingly came to their meeting to answer questions that people had about the water getting shut off, what they did to rectify it, you know, and if there was any danger, you know, related to it, a boil water advisory. But he came to the meeting, and I couldn't have commended him more for interacting with the public, because I didn't know that even that was a thing.
Are you assuming that this council's gonna do something like that?
No.
That's good sight.
Are you assuming that this council will not do something like that? In your opinion, what do you think?
What?
Made me laugh tonight.
I'm just stating the obvious.
I can.
I'm about to go to the store in a minute.
I warmed it up for you.
No, I'm about to go to the store in a minute.
I'm gonna leave.
I need some beverage.
Can I point out something really obvious?
I bet there's water in the refrigerator.
You know what? Probably what's in
The
that fridge.
atmosphere and the ambience out here is perfectly fine. We can all agree to disagree. There's no trouble there. No one's yelling.
Nobody's trying to hit anyone.
No one's trying to hit anybody. Nobody's getting threatened to get thrown out.
Would you like me to look to see if there might be water in there? I'll do it.
I'll take a peek.
That's me.
So I've actually got the agenda posted on this for these guys. They're probably good with it and tired of it, but.
And it looks like it's been tampered.
No, fill that from the tap. Go ahead and take a drink.
That's question, that's kind of poison. I tried to.
Oh.
I don't see a date on it, so it's in the fridge. So.
It's a two-story.
And I don't see an evidence of any.
That's a pretty special one.
Did he just say that's
Oh, he's gonna check it out too. He's gonna make sure
Oh,
it's
see,
data.
my son's giving me how to look at the bottom.
Oh yeah, see.
What's he saying? Against the property and.
Need some light over there? See the date? Nope, that's not.
I've been in the military. I drank one solar before.
Oh, what?
One solar.
Whatever that is.
Water that's
So in your experience, you would rather
Oh,
drink
months
an
old.
unknown bottle of water than the water out of the spigot?
What's that?
You would rather drink an unknown bottle of water than the water that comes out of the spigot?
Yeah, I seen the water that comes out the spigot. So.
Yeah, and if you went into the bathroom,
And look in the
in
toilet.
either bathroom, their degree of rust in those toilets is
Okay,
beyond.
all right, in fairness, for everybody that's watching at home, these guys have all seen it themselves. Do you want to see the toilet on the live stream, or do you want to see a picture?
Live stream.
live stream.
Live stream.
They're the ones that have to live
That way it
this.
gets out there.
We're already here.
Go ahead, live stream it.
Jake, tell her to live stream.
Well, I guess the general consensus here says that you guys get to, yes, okay.
Live stream.
I got it, yes. That's good enough for me. All right, we're headed into the bathroom. Oh, goodness. For all intents and purposes, all right, for anybody that's squeamish, you definitely could turn away, hit pause, do something else, but this isn't just a result of it not being cleaned. That's actually what's coming out of the water that goes into the bowl of the toilet. And I don't want to pull the back or anything off, but you can clearly see the stuff from the water. This maybe runs a little more often than it should, sitting here by itself unattended, but that's the water here. And as a live example, because I would never film in someone's phone, it appears to be clear right now. It's hot. There is people, but there certainly is evidence of water running into the toilet, probably excessively. That should be checked. But there you go, guys. There's that moment.
A while ago, when just about everybody in town was complaining about.
We'll say that it doesn't
crappiness in
smell.
water,
So.
I drew a Pepsi bottle full, and it's got like iron in it. If you shake it up, it goes up into it, and then it settles down. And I haven't had that in months. I don't know why.
Just our bathroom.
The water in the sink was clear. In fairness.
Really?
Yeah, the sink water's pretty. I mean, to the naked eye.
Just, my bathroom.
How's that happen?
Well, their plan's been running all day though.
Back in
It's not a.
94, 95, when I moved in here, moved here to Middlebury,
Did you go and keep picture
we
of the
had,
sugar?
Yeah.
Louis Chilson's duplex.
Video.
And the running hard back after my oldest son was born. And I drew a tub of water, and it looked like somebody bled to death.
Right.
And she boiled those bottles, and the clear bottles had a nice creamy coat to them. A frosted coat to them. And I actually went to the water authority, and I said, what the heck is this? Should my son be drinking this? And Walt Beach laughed at me, smiled, and said it hadn't killed us any of us yet, and dismissed me. And then we got that $1 million upgrade from the water company.
I don't know what it is about over where I'm at, but everybody can be screaming about bad water, and mine's usually clear as clear can be.
Well, you know, it could be interesting as to, maybe your position along the water line.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Your people ahead of you may be pulling all the crap out, and you're
That's
getting the
possible.
benefit of that.
That's possible.
It's like it's going on in sections,
And
different
they fill it up in
sections.
the
But
morning. Our water smells like rotten eggs.
No,
So I have
mine
to let it
doesn't.
run.
Mine never
Before-
smells, mine.
That's the sulfur in the water.
I mean, it stinks bad.
It's
And I went into the bathroom.
Like I said,
in the back.
the only time I've
And
noticed anything
I
about
got
it
a
was the time
handful
that I
of
threw the Pepsi bottle full.
Oh, no,
And
that's
No,
not.
I'm serious. I called my
It's that
husband.
slimy
Terry, I said,
white
Terry,
iron
look at this. It's like, what's that? I said, it's poop. I come right out of the water spigot of my tub.
Terry is.
You gotta
Big
go to
lumps
secret
on it.
knock to get in, right?
It's hot in here.
But that upset me. I wasn't gonna take a bath. So nope, I'm not taking a bath. So I let it run, and then I went into the shower. Then fell in the bath water. Yes, darling.
Where it's cooler too for a little bit.
Nasty taste.
No, I have a, I'm not gonna mention names, I have neighbors, that their water smells bad. Cause when I run his dishwasher, and when the dishes come out of the dishwasher, there's black streaks in his dishes. So I have to rewash them.
I have to be careful. If I use, like the finish conditioner, it puts a cream coating on my dishes.
Well, they use Colgate, the Cascade for the dishwasher.
Finish works better.
Yeah, that's what I use for mine. They want they buy the top of the line stuff.
Found the generic stuff works just as good.
I tried to do that. So what I do, I wash them first, then I put them in the dishwasher. She says, what are you doing? I said, washing them.
I'm just amazed at how my water bill keeps creeping closer and closer to $200 a month.
I use the same amount of water every month, and even less sometimes, and it was higher. I don't understand it.
And I could swear, didn't they drop the price by a certain amount? I thought they did.
They were supposed to. Now, my attorney's wife, when we paid the full amount that the lady told us to pay, we paid the full amount. So I was supposed to go on my trip. I was supposed to go to Grayson. I couldn't go to Grayson because Terry had to pay a big water bill. So finally got our water bill in the mail, our other water bill. It was high, and the lady says, you still owe money. So Terry went and paid more money, cause said that our water was gonna get shut off. So we paid the big bill twice, got another bill, the third bill this month or whatever, it's still high. I don't get it.
Well, is he paying it with cash or is he using a check?
Our checks,
So, then what you need to do is you need to
and
have
when we
her.
get our bank statement, it shows when they cash them, it shows they weigh instead of cashing when we do them, cause we get paid on the first. And that's when Terry pays his bill. When we send them, when we get our bank statement, it don't show the water bills were repaid. So we'll call the bank says, yeah, the water bills were paid. But it took them 2 weeks to cash our checks. It takes them 2 weeks to cash our checks before we get our water.
They might be just waiting for a whole bunch of them to
She
get
was,
together.
when I went in Friday, she had a whole staff there.
But I don't understand why every time the month comes, we pay a certain. Yeah, the second water bill, and then here recently, the third bill, we got another high one. And they said we must have a leak somewhere.
Oh, I
There's
don't
no
think,
leak in our
I don't
house.
think it's a leak, no, I think what it is, if you think about it, is if you're running your water to get past any discoloration, that's what's jacking your bill up.
Well, they're saying that I have a leak somewhere, and I don't have a leak. In my, whatever you call that digital box when they read it.
And if you're washing
So-
your dishes before you put them in the dishwasher,
does.
I'm just saying,
That's the way he does it, but.
twice as much.
Then, our water meter, you go outside, our water meter's doing this. Down in the,
It's doing what? Just running?
Well, if it's running and you don't have anything on in the house, then that would make me suspicious that you have a leak.
Cody's been in our house, he says we don't have a leak. And I got told by the it's not supposed to be. We've been trying to get a new water meter since we moved in. We've been trying to get a new water meter since we moved in.
No, not the meter, call the plumber.
And let the plumber give the bill.
Well, Chris came over, my neighbor Chris.
Is he a plumber?
He does anything that has to do with the house.
Yeah, he come over, he says you have no leaks.
Sister just retired.
And then our meter was just going like this.
Pre-Reagan article tracking.
But this was like 2 years ago that did that, went. And he came over and fixed it, and said he had no leak.
Oh, the door's open.
There is no water authority.
Not yet. Doors open until they show me that. Pay it to us.
That was like 2 years ago, and I did that. We still having problems with our water meter.
I have to ask you, huh? Is your hair really super long? Yeah, quite long. Because I bet she's got really long.
Well, they don't do the generator business, is what they do too. So we'll see. I did get a small print though. I kinda like that. Poor Darna's head ends up in my
Yeah, like the back of my
Next
home.
topic is building enforcement zoning, Jimmy Joe Carl to advance his responsibilities in the borough from what they are now to also include whatever else. Need a motion for that?
I make a motion to extend Jimmy Joe Carl's duties to include site planning for Lawrenceville Borough.
In building enforcement zoning.
And site building enforcement.
Need a second? Second by Cleo. Roll call vote. President, yes. Vice President, Bob.
Yes.
Michelle.
Yes.
Cleo.
Yes.
Hank.
Yes.
Cindy.
Yes.
Mansell absent. Vote is 6-0, 1 absent. Okay. New business.
How does this pertain to legal issues, if are they, or did I miss something?
We're not there yet.
Okay, but the executive session was for legal
We're not
issues,
there
not
yet.
personnel.
We're not there yet.
Okay. New business water and sewer, purchase 40 kW generator as recommended by DEP for Lawrenceville Water Plant. I have a bill of sale for a 40 kW generator, brand Cato Light Corporation, model SP with automatic transfer switch, a 240 volt. If purchased, sold to the Lawrenceville Borough by Bruce Ulmer of Churchville, New York for $5,000. And it also requires 7 to 11 pounds of natural gas pressure.
Where's this one at?
Churchville, New York.
Did you all go up and look at it?
I've inspected the generator.
Do you
Are
have
you
the
qualified
maintenance-
to inspect
Do you
it?
have the maintenance records on it?
No.
Where are the maintenance records?
We don't have any maintenance record,
It's the one
and
from Osceola.
the water and sewer committee,
Exactly what it is.
Yeah.
reviewed, for the price of this, that what it would cost to test run the generator, that it'd be cheaper to buy the generator than to have a test run and have that added to the price of the generator. Is
So
that
what kind
right?
of warranty do we have on this?
Zero. Is that right?
And we've heard this run?
Was that?
You've heard or seen this run?
No,
When
I
was
just,
it?
You just
I just explained it.
When was it last run then?
They took it out.
Yeah, when they took it out, right.
When was that?
I don't know.
What is it,
It was built new in 2007.
Wow. And this person has owned it all this time?
No,
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 Who did they buy it from?
I don't know.
It has
we bought it from you.
switch and everything with it.
It has the, automatic transfer switch, which is, General Electric, brand.
So are you telling us that you're gonna buy a generator that's never been tested by anybody?
We discussed that, the Water and Sewer Committee discussed that, several times in the last 2 months.
So you're gonna blow $5,000 without having it checked?
No, he inspected it.
where's,
I make
The
a
price-
motion. we
what
Mr.
building did it
Joseph
come out of?
Kennedy
Did it come out of a
generator
business or did it
as
come out of a
recommended
town?
by DEP.
Commercial. Excuse me?
I make a motion we
What kind of
purchase
commercial building?
$40,000
Corey, this is the
or
same.
40 kilowatt
thing you
generator
purchased yourself,
for
and now
$5K.
you're charging $1,500 more.
It came from Osceola.
Okay, so,
Oh, it did come from us.
so,
Where'd it come from? Osceola.
Oh,
It's the one from
so-
Osceola.
Oh, the one that you purchased.
So-
Went and checked the service records on, remember?
so I got a motion by
When
Vice
they
President Bob
purchased.
to purchase the 40K generator, Cato Light Corporation model SP. Need a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Cleo.
Seriously.
Roll call vote, President, yes. Vice President,
Yes.
Michelle,
Abstain.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Cleo,
Yes.
Hank,
No.
Cindy.
No, and Gordy, you cannot legally vote on this because you owned this
That's
before
right.
that gentleman.
That's right.
Exactly.
Thank you.
If
You
Bruce
vote
Elmer
on this,
produces a
it's
receipt
an
from
ethics
you, are you gonna
violation.
deny that?
Well, then you'll have to file an ethics complaint. Okay, so,
Wait, I have a
What was the
comment.
vote there?
I have a
the
comment.
vote was 2-2-0, or 2-2-1. I guess my next question is,
2-1.
is Michelle abstained from the vote?
Yes.
It's a no.
Okay, do you have a conflict of interest?
No, you
No.
do.
I don't have enough information.
Well, then your vote's no then.
Then it's no.
What's that?
Then it's no.
Okay.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you very much.
so that means,
Technically, it's 3-2. You're not supposed to be voting.
That's right.
1, 2,
You don't have it.
3. 3-3 is the vote.
No.
No, you
No,
cannot
You
vote
can't
on it.
vote.
You owned it.
You owned it.
I'll make up my mind how I'm gonna vote, okay? I don't need 40 people telling me how to vote.
You already voted
Okay.
first, Mr. Joseph.
Okay. So at this point, I don't know what the water authority's gonna do between now and, because by DEP, we're gonna be in violation.
January could handle it.
Okay, all right. Next question is number 2, water service to Sky King, and 3 water service to Family Dollar, in the zoning family, that, we're going to, I need a motion to have, Jimmy Joe handle that.
It's already been handled.
It's already been handled.
Chris already did that.
Yeah, Chris already signed the paperwork and everything for that.
But when
So,
we
you don't
just
have to mess with
did
it.
him as zoning officer and all that, wouldn't
Yeah.
that include that?
This has already been handled, it's too
Wouldn't
late.
that include what you're asking?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So it's already been.
I don't know what Chris did, but the bottom line is
Oh my
there's
God.
That's
issues.
already
You're
been
the
all hashed
president,
out.
Mr. Chilson, you should know.
So anyway, I
Chris
need,
who?
Yeah, who,
You know,
Chris who?
no,
Michelle, he's
no,
trying
no.
to stop it, is what he's trying to
When you
do.
first be over there.
so,
Chris who?
the mayor, Chris Davis.
Okay.
Okay, so I need a motion to have Jimmy Joe, look into the issues that are with Sky King and Family General.
He can
Family
do
Dollar.
that, we
He can
hired him
do
for
that
this.
with the hiring that we just did.
All right, so,
Yeah, he's good to go.
okay, all right. Old business, consent assessment of civil penalty.
I make a motion, we pay the DEP the fine.
There's no fine to pay
The
the
penalty.
civil penalty?
Yes.
Okay,
I second
roll call vote, president, no. Vice president,
it. Yes.
Michelle,
Yes.
Cleo,
Yes.
Hank,
Yes.
Cindy?
Yes.
Okay, vote is 5 yes, 1 zero. Public comment?
Do you intend, Mr. Chilson, to pay back the attorney fees to fight this civil penalty that you guys just agreed to pay up to this time?
That's not a comment, that's a question.
You don't have to answer it, but you like to answer my comments, so I thought maybe it went both ways.
Anyone have a comment on any public comments?
$24,000 of an attorney to not pay the civil penalties is a lot of money, man.
No public comments?
Do you have a receipt from Mr. Bruce Elmer for the generator?
I have a bill of sale.
To Mr. Elmer from you?
What's that?
To Mr. Elmer from you? For the generator from Osceola, you just said the generator's from
No,
Osceola.
it's sold to the Lawrenceville Borough, but they didn't, it voted it down,
That's okay.
3-3.
Can you spell his last name?
Or share the bill of sale.
ULLMER.
U-L-L. Thank you.
Okay. No public comment? Need adjournment?
So the legal issues, again, from
Got a
Michelle.
motion to
With the
adjourn?
DEP fine.
Okay,
Was
so
that-
that was the payment,
Michelle?
you just have to clarify what the executive
Correct.
session was for, thank you.
I make it a motion to adjourn.
No second, or you need a second, but Cleo made the motion. Okay. I vote yes. Vice President,
Yes.
Michelle,
Yes.
Cleo,
Yes.
Hank,
Yes.
Cindy,
Yes.
Mansell absent, 6-0 to adjourn. Show's over.
Jimmy Joe Carl's title is building enforcement and zoning on the agenda. I think Michelle said another word and I don't know what it was.
Wait a minute. On what?
Jimmy Joe Carl's.
Site planning and zoning?
Pretty much,
Site
yes.
planning,
Site plan.
yes. Site planning and zoning and enforcement and building enforcement for Lawrenceville Borough.
Okay, it wasn't on the agenda. I didn't understand. Site-
My days of school with the generator, right now, freezing generators over with.
And
Let the
these
new
things
council
I
handle
don't.
that. That's worth it, that's, it is, I mean.
This one,
You second the motion.
this one, the water service is already there. No, this- okay, yeah, but I think because of what it is, it's just water stored on the site, comes from the hydrant system. The sewer is Lawrence Township's issue.
And adjourned at 8:05.
No checks this.
We had a chest problem today. Luckily the bank called.
I think we ought to go after that. Hiking, illegal hookup, public water system.
I think you turn the water off. That's all you gotta do is turn the water off. They don't have the water, they don't have an application.
Not that, they illegally hooked into the water system, the public water system, they have no right to do
They
it.
have no right to dig it up.
Huh?
They have no right to dig it up.
Actually, pretty good, I think. I
Oh,
mean,
you guys,
you know,
somebody
still a
forgot
ways
their
to go.
tea.
Tea.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're okay.
I'm not with the program.
I'm gonna go outside and have a chat
So.
Okay,
with
honey.
myself.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Appreciate it. As winter comes. Alright. So, I may have to grab the poofy, McPoofer, for you guys so you can hear me, but I'm gonna come down here, get the light turned on where everybody can walk by. And we're gonna talk about what we just heard a minute before I head out. I don't think it was a complete waste of time, guys. This was actually a good meeting. We got some information, and I think we're gonna learn some things coming up here soon. So let me see if I can turn this way a little bit. And I really can't tell. It's difficult to tell if I'm even in the picture. So. Yeah, so checking up on your comments here. Give me just a second. The generator is in fact 16 years old. Mr. Chilson just took accountability for inspecting the generator himself. The vote did not go through, as you guys noticed. What I thought was kind of bizarre was the vote after the executive session was about personnel, and they really should have handled the executive session business as soon as the executive session was over. But what we did actually get a vote on tonight is to pay those civil penalties. If you go back to the monthly meeting that was on the 2nd, you'll find some interesting content. Maybe I can kind of cut it up and piece it together for you. These violations from DEP have been here. They do stem back, Mr. Chilson's not wrong, to 2017 or so, and I've posted them for you guys. They haven't actually changed because none of these violations have been taken care of. EPA is now involved. We haven't seen them at a meeting yet. I really hope at some point that we can get like a representative, whether it's Mark Actuella, who comes and does the inspections, a guy named Steve for EPA, does the communicating with the borough. But as you can see from the handwritten agenda, the borough office, I think, is still without a computer. They're definitely still without a secretary. So we're not actually sure who's performing those duties. I'm not a handwriting expert, so I can't tell you who wrote the agenda. But real quick, November 7th, especially you guys that are independents that did not get a chance to vote in the primary, please make sure that you take time. Your employer has to give you time. It is your civic duty. Please make sure that you come out to vote. If I don't see you before then, I would really love to resume my weekly chats, my weekly streams. Looking forward to doing that. You guys are watching the meetings, really great. If you want to contribute to what I do, right now I'm right here, just in Lawrenceville. You guys know I've kind of moved away, so I travel now to come do these, and I would like to expand. So if you guys see value in what I do, or you have something, all I use is this. All right, I do have a tripod, I do have a microphone, I have invested some of it, but every single person here tonight that attends this meeting has the same ability that I do, okay, to live stream it, record it. It's just much easier on the eyes when it's not, weeble wobbly and all that. So you can contribute the most by spreading the word. Just hitting the like button helps with my algorithms, and it starts showing it to other people. We certainly have a larger audience than just Lawrenceville Borough. I'd love to see the commissioners' reactions once they are out, because we are certainly losing 2 that are not running for commissioners this year. This is a big campaign. If there's someone that you support, please shout out, get in touch with me. If you're a write-in, I've seen a couple of signs tonight for write-ins. Get in touch with me. If there's something that you'd like to share, more than happy to spread your message, okay? And I don't care if you're a Democrat or Republican, because we're not talking about party lines, we're talking about values and how we can help these folks get clean drinking water. All right, we had a scene at this monthly meeting that was completely uncalled for, unprofessional, very unadult-like. So, as you can tell, when I ask questions, I'm not allowed to ask questions, but if I make comments without questions, Mr. Chilson insists on answering them. So we're going to talk about the mulch. I'm going to dig up some footage for you guys. We're going to put it together. Without a doubt, in January, we certainly are going to have a new council coming. Mr. Chilson and Cleo Russell both attempted to run in the primaries. They did not primary. They did not make it on the ballot. So they'll have to be written in if they, people want to vote for them. And by all means, please vote by who you support. But if you've been watching our videos, you get to see how they treat people that live here that are their constituents. There's very, very few people that come here that don't live here that are not on the water and sewer supply. So make sure you're prepared November 7th to go out and vote. Light just went off on me. If I don't see you before then, I think we have a meeting coming up before then, and we're going to see what happens with the Water Sewer Authority, trying to bring that back. Not really sure how that's going to go, but the mayor, Chris, did request that at least someone speaks to the solicitor or the CPA, Vicki Willis at Penn York Accounting. She's also handling your water and sewer bills. You can get in touch with her. Lots of methods to get in touch with her as far as I'm aware, especially if you have questions about your water bill. I'm still seeing comments and posts and I guess the messages that your water bills are just not making sense. And if you guys are trying to run this brown water until it becomes clear, you're also paying for that water. So please keep in mind that if you're running a spigot or a faucet, even in your bathtub, to get this brown water to turn clear, you're paying for all that. All right, and from a consumer point of view, I'd be pretty upset. That's all I can share as far as my opinion as a consumer. I would be pretty upset that not only am I paying for poor quality water, I'm being charged to run it until it comes clean. So I just want to remind everybody that when you do run that water until it becomes clear, you're paying for that waste. Okay, that is wasted water. So I'm going to close this out. I'm going to head back. If you find value in what I do, the best way you can contribute is share, tell your friends, have a conversation. This isn't just politics, this is just community, okay? Those things don't matter, but we do have an election coming up and it is going to be really important. And we didn't get the independence perspective for the primaries, and I'm looking very forward to seeing it come November. And two things, of course, always. Check on your neighbors and thank a veteran, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. But thank you guys tonight, everybody, for watching. Let me know if there's anything else that I can do for you. Of course, as always, stay safe.